Hi all, welcome back to our channel and our kayaking adventures. On the third day of this Florida summer siesta, we decided to do a bit of traveling from Florida's east coast to Florida's west coast. We heard of this place that had an island of monkeys. We added that location to our must-see adventures. After a 2.5-hour drive from Rockledge, Florida to Homosassa, Florida, we were finally ready to put our kayaks in the water and explore the legend of Monkey Island. When we arrived, we saw there were a couple different boat ramps to choose from. We went with the one that was a little more worn down and had no traffic. This way we could take our time prepping before going off and paddling on this adventure. The island wasn't too far from any of the 3 boat ramps, which would be nice for those not wishing to paddle very far. I would have liked them to be a little bit further out as a reward for paddling to it. However, if you watch this video until the end, you'll see this wasn't the only highlight of the day. Just ahead, that tiny island is home to the famous monkeys of Homosassa. There are currently 4 monkeys living on the island, 3 females and 1 male: Ebony, Emily, Eve, and Ralph. We put in the water about 10:45 and the temperature was already 84 degrees Fahrenheit. The monkeys were all staying cool in the shade below their treehouse. But as we got closer, one of the monkeys decided to come out and show off for us. In the 1960s, the island was built on top of an old rock cropping, which took out the bottom of boats on a regular basis. A developer named G.A. Ferguson suggested adding dirt to the troublesome rocks to make the area more noticeable and less of a problem. The workers were a bit overzealous and the tiny island was created. A lighthouse was added shortly after. The original monkeys were brought into the country by polio researcher Dr. John Hamlet. The original intent was that the monkeys would retire at the Homosassa Wildlife Park as an attraction. However, the mischievous monkeys were prone to hijinks including stealing candy from children, breaking into cars, biting hands of tourists who would feed them. After several incidents, the developer decided to take action and have them placed on the island, a sort of mini Alcatraz for the derelict monkeys. Soon the island would become its own attraction and earn the name Monkey Island. After spending some time watching the monkeys, we decided to paddle inland toward the Homosassa Springs. Our hopes would be to see some additional marine life and just see how clear the water would be at the springs. It was a bit of a challenge paddling the next 2 miles to the springs. The wind was facing us, however the breeze was nice on this hot day. I just hoped that the wind would be at our backs on the return. It was a Monday, and while there was a surprising amount of boat traffic, everyone was nice and made sure not to overtake us with their wake. As we paddled further inland, the water started to really get clear. It's quite an amazing sight. I had seen pictures from other kayakers of clear Florida springs, but I don't ever recall seeing such a sight firsthand. The boat traffic was still moving forward, so I knew we still had a little ways to go before reaching the headwaters. I couldn't wait to see what was further upstream. Paddling the clear springs was amazing. There were no manatee at this time, which was a shame, but just experiencing these clear waters was a reward of its own. The 2-mile paddle was definitely worth it. I wish I had brought a spare bottle with me to put some of this water in. There were several people taking advantage of the cool water and taking a relaxing dip. You could see the schools of fish below. The whole experience was breathtaking. As we headed back, we did have the wind at our backs. It made the return trip so much easier. We planned to stop and see the monkeys one last time. Between spending hours at the crystal clear waters at Homosassa Springs and the legendary monkeys at Homosassa Island, this trip would be one to remember. During normal conditions, we would have scouted out a local place to eat. However, during these pandemic COVID times, we are sort of hesitant on crowded places and public areas. So our plan was to get back on the road, drive back to Rockledge for some warmed up food from the house. I'm looking forward to getting back to eating at restaurants, but for now we have to keep it safe. I hope you enjoyed this video and our adventure. What was your favorite part, the springs or the monkeys? If you are new to this channel, join Team Kayak 7 Seas by subscribing. If you are subscribed, hit that notification bell so you know when our next adventure is up. Don't forget to hit that like button and check out some of our past adventures. I hope to see you out on the water someday.